fire types are well represented in the Pokémon universe. A good water type can neutralize even the strongest of the bunch, and so trainers have to get creative when considering certain matchups. The best fire types can circumvent these weaknesses in some way or another, which is why they're so popular with fans. There might be many options out there for trainers to explore, but these will always be the best possible one can have for a fire type. Some of the best trainers in the series use these flaming Pokémon. Blaine of Cinnabar Island and Flint of the Sinnoh Elite Four, to name a few. There is no question that fire types can back a punch, even with their many weaknesses. Fire Pokémon are known to be some of the strongest in the Pokémon world. These stand out as the best ones trainers would love to catch and train. The addition of Magmortar to Pokémon was a huge deal in Generation 4. Magmar was already a powerhouse for a fire-type Pokémon, and the creation of Magmortar gave fans the ultimate fire type. The method of actually obtaining a Magmortar is complex and involves trading and having the Pokémon holding a Magmarizer. Magmortar is known for blasting large fireballs that contain some of the hottest attacks in the franchise. While it doesn't compare to many fire-type legendary Pokémon, it manages to stand out as a far superior Pokémon when compared to non-legendary fire types. Regardless, Magmortar has the potential to be one of the most dangerous and strongest fire-type Pokémon. Reshiram is one of the legendary Pokémon from the Tau Trio and serves as the mascot for Pokémon Black. It's also the first dragon/fire-type Pokémon to appear in the games, which is shocking given the usual association that dragons have with fire. Reshiram's flames primarily come from its tail, which can burn those around it to a crisp. The Pokémon is known to breathe flames from its mouth as well, and has two incredibly powerful signature moves called Fusion Flare and Blue Flare. Lore-wise, it remains one of the weaker legendary fire Pokémon, but it's proven to easily be one of the best ever pertaining to its in-game stats. Entei is a pure fire-type Pokémon gifted its powers by the legendary Pokémon Ho-Oh. It's unknown what kind of Pokémon Entei was previously, but upon being resurrected it is completely different from what it once was. Entei possesses power over the nature of volcanoes themselves and can even erupt one simply by roaring. Entei's power is so great that it has to constantly be on the move. This implies that it can either not contain its power or resist causing damage to those around it. While it is not as great as some other legendary fire-type Pokémon, it's still doubtless one of the most powerful fire Pokémon that fans have seen. Victini doesn't initially seem very strong, but it's actually an incredibly powerful Pokémon. Not only does it have incredible raw firepower, but it also has a special ability that enhances all attributes dramatically. Victini is known as the Victory Pokémon and is said to make any trainer win, regardless of what kind of Pokémon it's up against. Given the wording of its Pokédex entry, there are scenarios where Victini can lose, and it's not as invincible as it may appear at first. However, it's still a strong Pokémon and could defeat most Pokémon in the franchise. Blaziken is the final evolution from one of the best fire starter Pokémon, Torchic. This incredible fire/fighting type Pokémon debuted in Pokémon Ruby and Sapphire and has been the most popular of its trio for years. Blaziken is known for its incredible speed and ample strength. However, Mega Blaziken blazes past what it was previously capable of and can take down several Pokémon that it couldn't once before. Mega Blaziken's greatest asset is its speed, which is constantly improved with its speed boost ability. With every single turn that passes, Mega Blaziken's speed will increase. This makes any opponent on an equal playing field easily overcome. Volcanion made its debut in the Pokémon movie Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. In this film, Volcanion quickly displayed why it's one of the most curious Pokémon to appear in the franchise with its unique fire/water. With such a unique type, Volcanion can stand up against most fire-type Pokémon it encounters, which alone makes it easily one of the strongest fire-type Pokémon. The Pokémon has many impressive fire moves, but it does specialize in scalding hot water-type moves and emitting steam attacks. Its best signature move is called Steam Eruption, which is a water-type move that can leave the defending Pokémon with a burn. Moltres is the first fire-type legendary Pokémon introduced into the games, and even after all of this time it's remained one of the strongest Pokémon. The legendary birds are one of the best legendary Pokémon trios, and they prefer to be in locations containing their elements. Moltres itself is known to like hot climates and can even enter magma itself. Fire has no real effect on Moltres and can actually heal them. While Moltres does like hot locations, players will remember seeing it at Silver Mountain. This is because Moltres keeps an eye out for anyone who is lost and will save and heal them with its healing properties. Moltres' heat is also so great that it can actually change the weather itself. Charizard is the most iconic fire-type Pokémon, and despite Charizard not being a legendary Pokémon, it's easily one of the strongest fire types in the franchise. This Pokémon constantly seeks challenge and has seemingly no limits to how strong it can become. Even in its normal form, Charizard is incredibly powerful and one of the most dangerous fire types in the series. However, it possesses other forms like Mega Evolution and its Gigantamax form which make the Pokémon's attacks even more devastating. More than any other Pokémon, Charizard has potential thanks to its destructive power and desire to constantly grow stronger. Ho-Oh is an incredible Pokémon with some of the most unique abilities seen in the franchise. It serves as the mascot for Pokémon Gold and Pokémon Heart Gold. This Pokémon takes a great deal of inspiration from phoenixes much like Moltres. However, its fire abilities are even greater than Moltres and can resurrect the dead including itself. Ho-Oh doesn't simply resurrect others either as it can actually grant them new powers as it did with the legendary Beasts trio. The Pokémon can also grant eternal happiness to a trainer who sees the Pokémon, but what this specifically means isn't specified. Ho-Oh serves as a guardian of the earth and is capable of defeating almost any foe that threatens it. While normal Groudon was only a ground type, Primal Groudon ascends to a ground/fire type. Primal Groudon only appears in the amazing Pokémon remake of Pokémon Ruby and Pokémon Omega Ruby. Groudon's power is incredible, and it's gifted with the ability to shift and expand the earth itself. When fighting on land, Groudon completely outmatches almost any Pokémon it's up against. Primal Groudon's presence is so great that it can make even most water-type moves useless with desolate land. This is a far superior ability to Drought and is one of the best fire-type abilities to ever appear in Pokémon. There are few opponents that'd actually be able to stand up to this foe. Before we sign off, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more amazing content, we'd love to have you as part of our community. And remember, your support keeps us going. Thanks for watching.